How's it going, everybody? Prozzie here in beautiful Taiwan, and I wanted to talk today a little bit about why Taiwan might be a better choice for foreigners, over China. And I know that's not totally fair because China does have a lot of advantages as well. So next week I'm going to be making the opposite video, why China might be a better choice for foreigners. And to help me along, I'm joined today by fellow YouTuber Alan from
Hello,
Life
everybody.
in Taiwan.
Welcome to my Life in Taiwan.
If you haven't already, you can check out his channel if you click on the tag on the top right-hand corner of your screen. Is that where it pops up?
Over your left shoulder.
Whatever. Anyways, you've lived in Taiwan for a number of years.
Yep.
And it's always good to have another perspective.
Well, yeah, I just want to say, first of all, anything I say about China is basically my point of view as a stereotypical foreigner that's never been there, but what I learned from either watching other YouTubers or reading about it in an article. So I can't say too much about China, but I'm here
Right.
to give my input on Taiwan.
Yeah. We should also mention we are here in the, what did you say it was? The Chi district?
Chi.
Yeah, it's a wealthy part of town, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's pretty nice here.
I think the first thing we'll just jump right into it.
Yep.
I think the first thing we'll talk about is that Taiwan is a lot more accessible than China as far as, getting a visa. China changes their laws for getting a visa every year, and I'm pretty sure Taiwan keeps it relatively
Yeah,
the same
they
year
have.
to year.
I'm an APRC holder, which is the sort of the holy grail for a foreigner. They don't give us passports or citizenship, only in exceptional circumstances. But other than that, you get like an ARC, like a residence certificate, which allows you to live here, work here. The ARC is attached to a job, but other than that, it's...
We should also talk about what an ARC is, because that's another advantage that China doesn't have, is that you get a little card. It's basically your ID.
Yeah.
And that's really great, because in China you don't get that. You have to carry your passport around with you everywhere. So if you want to check into a hotel, well, you have to have your passport with you, and it's also not guaranteed that that hotel will accept you because you're a foreigner. Some hotels,
crazy.
I've heard, they don't have the approval or whatever from the government to allow you to stay there.
That is crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one small thing in Taiwan where sometimes you have trouble booking tickets on the trains and stuff.
Oh, really? I've never run into that.
But if that's the case, then you just use your passport number. They let you use your passport number.
So anyways, little things like that. Taiwan's just more of an accessible place. Another thing is that it's also, I feel like the people here are a lot more open to foreigners.
Yeah.
A lot of Taiwanese, I've said this before, they're pretty well traveled. And so they kind of know what you're going through because they've been a foreigner once before as well.
Yeah.
They also put a huge importance on learning English. So
Yes, that's true. So I mean, in China, is it much more difficult to get by speaking English?
yes,
Okay.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked every day in Taiwan when I talk to people at 7-Eleven or at the restaurant or
Well,
wherever.
yeah.
and they're
When I first came here, I moved to a very small countryside town
Uh-huh.
called Dongshi, and it's like population 70,000, which is tiny in Taiwan. That's
Yeah,
like a
it's
small
just- yeah.
town. And again, you can pretty much get by with the very basic English, and most people have at least if they don't speak it, they have a good enough listening skill that they can understand you. But
Yes.
like I said, I have no idea about what it's like in China, but that's one of the biggest deal clinchers is being able to communicate with people must be.
Yeah, I would still say obviously learn Chinese, but for but for your first, your first time here, it's going to be a lot easier, because obviously it's going to take you time to learn it. Another thing I wanted to talk about is that petty theft is a rather common occurrence up in mainland China, so you have to be very careful with your personal belongings. I've had my wallet, someone tried to steal it. I was getting on the bus in Zhengzhou in Henan, and I felt my wallet sort of leave my pocket.
Yeah, you just felt it was not right. Or something.
Yeah, and then so I turned around and I saw this homeless woman tuck it under a sweater she had in her arms. And so I reached under her sweater and I grabbed my wallet back. And
my goodness, I've never heard that story before.
everybody saw it. The people, it was busy. It was people on the bus, people, around, and nobody said anything or did anything. They were like, "Well, you got lucky there."
In Taiwan, I mean, we just don't think about stuff like that. We just don't need to consider it. I mean, I'm sure there'll be Taiwanese people saying, "Don't be silly. Don't leave your phone on the table." But we do. I would literally sit in Starbucks and I'll go to the bathroom and I'll just leave my computer, my phone just there, and
No one will touch your things.
it's crazy. If the title of your video is "Why is it better for foreigners coming to work or live?" then that's a huge issue, especially if you're coming alone or maybe as a young girl, for example. Feeling safe is kind of the most important thing. Then you can get your life together. If you don't feel safe in a place, then everything else is going to fall apart, because you need to make sure that you don't feel you're in danger anywhere.
Yeah.
Can I put my arm on? Can I do a Wes thing? Wes, we love you, buddy. Yeah. It's weird. I feel so weird. How did he feel comfortable doing that?
I'm just Canadian. I don't know. I think another thing that also needs to be said is that Taiwan is a lot more developed. It's not a developing country. It's already been developed. It's sort of first world.
It's a really interesting point. Just since you mentioned it, I made a video about, is Taiwan a developed country? And because of the complicated UN situation, it's not classified as a developed country. By the strictest definition of the rules, which drives everyone crazy, it's not classified as a country, which is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's actually a specific definition for what is a developed country. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, it absolutely de facto developed country. It's way ahead of most countries.
Yeah, oh my God. So it's extremely clean. Taiwanese people are also comparatively environmentally conscious to the mainland Chinese. Yeah. A lot of Chinese people, especially in rural areas, because they don't have access to effective garbage disposal, they'll end up burning their trash. Yeah. And that really sucks. It's not like, when you wake up and you go to work and you have to drive through that, it's not nice.
So people in China, they burn their garbage?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not in big cities, but if you go to a rural
you're already
area,
preparing yourself for the comments there.
Yeah,
people are like,
and people
what
are
you talking about?
Yeah, people are going to say, I've never seen anyone. I'm going to show you a clip in the Beale right now of me driving through burning trash. How old is this kid smoking a cigarette? Where the fuck? That 10-year-old kid was smoking. This woman has just got an inferno going on right now. What in the fuck? Go fuck yourself. I'm sick of that. No, it's like stuff I've seen in only 4 years living there, and people are like in denial. Like, oh, I've never seen that. It's like, how have you... Leave your apartment then. Go somewhere else.
That raises a good point, actually, because whenever we talk about Taiwan and China, the comment section is full of that kind of thing, saying how dare you say that, because China is such a big country, so many different places.
Yeah, you can't generalize.
You can't generalize, but also, if you've seen it, then they've not seen it. They're kind of arguing against themselves, because you've not seen it because it is a big country. Yeah, like where you were, it didn't happen, but here it did happen. So,
and again, I am making a video about why China's a better option. So I'm not taking one-sided.
Can we just cut for a second to show a shot of me riding these pigs?
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, thanks for indulging me with that pig riding.
All right. What were we talking about? So it's clean. Oh, so if you care about that kind of thing, if you want to live in a clean place, I guess, then Taiwan's definitely going to be a better option. Obviously, cities like Shenzhen, Shanghai, those really big cities, those are actually pretty clean. I was impressed when I went to there. Because I was like, okay, this is totally different from other places in China. So there are clean places you can choose to live in. Yeah. But it's for the most part, Taiwan, there's no trash on the streets. There's no litter. Yeah. It's very clean.
I'd just be really interested to know. Like, I think a lot of your viewers are overseas, North Americans, Australians, British. And I would like to know, like, what do they think is the most important thing, like, when they're choosing? I don't know. We're talking about whether it's clean and safe and the people, or the
right, but that might not matter to you.
It depends. Like, what do people want? Some people might want that raw, edgy country. So again, that might fall into next week's video.
Yes.
People maybe don't want to have such an easy way of it. They maybe want to have a bit of a challenge. So. Leave a comment down below. What is the most important thing?
Bonus one. Taiwan is a lot easier to live in than China. There you go, just generally speaking. So if you didn't want as much of a challenge, then definitely choose Taiwan.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I am going to quickly read a comment from last week's video, the top comment. And so...
can I do that?
Yeah.
Hank Tway. Merry Christmas. I hear people in Taiwan are really into celebrating Christmas nowadays. When I was a kid, I remember my aunt telling me to hang my sock up over day and thinking she was weird. how times have changed. Yeah, Christmas in Taiwan is probably a whole other different video. It's definitely getting more and more popular here in Taiwan to celebrate Christmas, but still a bit
it's
weird.
not like home, but it is a thing, and that's actually kind of nice. It's another advantage over China. Is in China it's just purely a commercial thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a commercial thing here too, but it's a lot more festive, I think, here.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay Prozzie. Keep your stick in the ice. You can follow me on Instagram at Prozzie_SR to keep up with my day-to-day life. You can also check out my Patreon page where I have extra content.
Your Patreon page is amazing.
Is it?
It's the best.
Oh, okay.
Go check it out.
Yeah. You can also follow Alan here at Life in Taiwan 2017.
Yeah, I'm going to take over his Instagram follower number soon. I'm almost 4,000 plus, so.
There you go.
加油我.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We talked for ages there, sorry. Did I say too much?
No, I was just riding pigs a little bit too much.